Hello. Friday night here from Australia, mate. From Sonic Sanctuary Studios, all rugged up in my scarves and things. Don't know what people are doing tonight. I'm having a long overdue musical session tonight, looking at some of my mixes for 2 EPs. So who's there? Let me know if you're here. Look at the quality of this phone. I got this new phone, so now I can do these things and they will be much better quality. So this thing films in 4K, believe it or not. So anyway, Friday night, who's there? My query is to fellow musicians: what do you do when you're approaching the end of your mixing process? How do you come to the final point of going, yep, okay, it's finished? I have 2 EPs, one that's been going for years and years and years that I've just not finished, that I want to do a little show and tell of with Giza Plateau. I think I've done that maybe before, but there's a few little things. And I have the songs from the Call of Omar, which are also going to be an EP. But for that, I want to record almost like an audio book of the story of the performance that people would have heard had they come to the launch. So in Omar's voice, sharing the poetry and the message of what that story was all about. So we'll have all the recorded tracks. I Am, Come Back, The Call of Omar, Fiery Serpents, and the rest will be Journeys Through the Timeline, and the rest will be spoken word with maybe a bit of soundscape background. Sort of thing inspired by like sort of records that I used to listen to, like Rick Wakeman and stuff. I like radio drama. I like that sort of stuff. Anyway, so I've got my comeback session open here, and I've got a few others, and I'm just going in and finessing just going in. The process is normally, as I'm recording, as simultaneous editing at the same time, simultaneous revising of levels, and I'm sure for a lot of you other guys out there, you're doing that too. You do a take and then you go back, and the amount of times that you recycle and re-go over things, I tend to settle on the instrument choices I want to use pretty quickly, and then just do it a take to get the idea, and then if necessary I'll go back and fix that. Depends whether it's MIDI or analog. A lot of the time analog takes, like guitar and bass guitar and stuff like that, I'll redo. So they just tend to have guide tracks. But when I'm looking at finishing it, I go through this mix revision process, looking into all the fine elements of the mix and what I want to fix. So from the going into like, well, in Reason, so this is using Reason, I'll take you in. I'll see if I can swap this while it's going. Ha! How cool is that? So I'm not sure where I was up to in the track, but I'll play it anyway. That's a spectrum analyzer, quite new to Reason, and we've got the mixer. So within the mixer, like, obviously there's heaps of different stuff. Got all my effects and stuff, effects returns in there, stereo imaging, equalization stuff happening in here, and then what else we got? Dynamics stuff. I pretty much leave all those settings there, but with the editing, these tracks are pretty simple. I don't have much automation, but I can go right in sometimes and do lots of automation. But I tend to go things like go back into a track, and here was a part that alright, that string section, let's go in there. To make that bigger. So I'll go right in with a fine-tooth comb and just check the timing. Sometimes it's nice to have everything locked right into a grid, but sometimes I like, this sort of syncopated vibe where things might come in just a little bit early before the beat or a bit after the beat. And it depends on the instrument as well. All the levels, they have to weave in and out of each other, as far as I'm concerned. It's like a big sonic tapestry. So I'll go right in and I check in. That's the MIDI piano roll editor for anyone who doesn't know. So these are like the virtual, all these red bits that you see, they're the virtual piano bits. So you've got your piano here, which is why they call it piano roll. Because back in the days of, what are they called? Like 18th century, they had these literal piano rolls where they had punched sort of sessions that they'd roll through this rolling pin, and it would play the notes, and it looks like that when you look at them. Anyway, I'm waffling. So equalization, all the compression, all automation, all that sort of stuff. This has to have the vocals recorded, but I'm pretty much happy with the session file. So I'm going to turn back around the other way now and show you my human face again. This is so cool. Up close. So that's one track, and that's like, oh shit. Hello Douglas, hello Stephanie. Thanks for joining me on Friday night. Steph, sorry to hear that you burnt yourself. That sucks. I hope you get better soon. It's not hurting too much. I haven't been on here much lately because I've had a lot of work and it's been very intense, which is why my creative life is suffering. So I'll show you something of Giza Plateau. This is probably not as refined, but it's just taking forever. I haven't done any work on this for ages. There's not heaps in this session file, but it does have something really cool. I want to, let me find it. I want to, I'll make you bigger because it's something that's so ultra cool. I'll make you bigger. Why are you so small? Ah, that's right. Okay, no. Aha, that magic button. Okay, I've got this thing here. I'm going to show you. Hello, Jessie. How are you, sweetheart? Happy birthday for a few days. I'm going to go over here, and this thing here, does anybody want to guess what that blue thing might be? All right, see if you can pick it up when I play the audio. It's this this thing. I'll reorientate you again. No, that's the wrong way. Go back that way. I'll hold it down here. So I'll play it, and this is a track called Life Has Just Begun. So tell me what you think about it in the comments field. Obviously I have to do a lot with the mix for this, but see what you think. So at the start it's got water drops, primeval ocean, a windscape with those bits there. That's level automations, pretty simple stuff really. I'm good, honey. You keep throwing up so many. Listen to the music, Jess. Tell me what you think. A lot more needs to go into this instrumentation wise, but I also want to keep it pretty simple. I think it needs some thunder actually. So life has just begun, right? The very dawn of time, when the first life forms are seething inside the ocean. Oh, I must have something soloed, do I? That's not all playing. What's going on? No? Oh no. It's just very sparse. As I said, it needs to be filled out. It's just an idea, this one. Calming and peaceful. Thanks, Jess. I got a Oppo or something, the phone. It's got to have a lot more put into it. I haven't worked on this for, I'm not sure what, how long. The levels are quite low compared to the other one. But it's got this awesome thing here that I found, this sample that I just went, oh my god, I've got to have that. So I'll put it in the track. I'll let it play. Jessie, did you get any pictures from this in your mind's eye? Very slow build. I love this bit. That's Thor. Strings. Get ready for it. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming. See if anyone can guess what it is. Even though I think it's only you, Jess. Here it is. I like that. Little fish people coming out of the water, evolving as they go. What do you reckon that sound is? So this is a typical example of painting with sound that I like to do, and I'm going to show you what it was. If you can zoom right in, see, it says volcano. It's an actual volcano eruption. No, volcano. a real live volcano erupting. A sample that I got, which is really cool. So that's that one. And then I have another one here. I don't want to spend too long doing this. I was hoping, where's that there? Yeah. I was hoping some other people would join me as well. But I'm glad you're here. No, I didn't go to a volcano. I got the volcano online. For fellow musicians, Free Sound is where I tend to get all my samples. One day I'm going to get a Zoom unit so I can record samples myself. But, you know, I don't have the money to go to volcanoes and record volcanoes and go to exotic sites and record, you know, monks in bell towers and stuff like that. Hello, Stev. I missed you at my play. It would have been cool if you could have made it, maybe in the future. I'm just talking about, I was talking about before, this EP, one of the EPs that I'm working on is going to be a whole sonic representation of what the launch was. So you'll still be able to tune into it later if you want. So this one, Pyramid Builders Return, again, it's session in progress. And I really wanted to go orchestral on this. I've loaded a lot of orchestral percussion sets, bassoons, clarinets, trombones, but I haven't done anything with them yet. You're playing Minecraft. You're always playing Minecraft. I've got an oboe. Other strings, samples. Anyway, let's see. Tell me what you think of this one. Just tune into this one and see what sort of impressions you get of this one, if you're still there, love. So again, I love this one. I'll take you into the session file. Hold it like that. I don't know how to do it. Birds are in the rainforest, but where is this rainforest, Jessie? Or where is this landscape? So, strings, forest, strings, lots of different things. Hang on, is that? I think that used to be guitar. Not sure. No, I must have done another. Oh yeah, I got guitar and bass takes down there. I love samples or like things, because you got things like this one's called Nazca. Like the Nazca Plains. I love this one. It's just haven't had the time to do it. Somewhere in the world it is, and it's somewhere that I absolutely love and I would love to live. So imagine this place. I'm going to turn you around. Imagine this place thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. So that's the idea of transporting you to places where you might want to go, but you might never get to. Via sound. No, not Indonesia, but it does have temples and things. Bit of a bum note on the guitar. Changes now, it gets a bit dark, sort of. So this needs a lot of work for anyone that might tune in later that's a musician friend. I've got to redo the guitar. And go right in and get all the levels and compress stuff and equalize it. And for no, not China, honey. For non-musical people, it's the oboe, or is it clarinet? No, it's oboe. What that means is to lift the levels and get everything sitting in the right place within the mix, so it blends. It's not India. But I should do something for Indonesia, China and India, shouldn't I? Yes, that'd be good. Well, I've done Japan, the Oriental Temple Gardens Complex. This is Egypt, meant to be like long time ago. So anyway, I'll turn it off. It goes for a little bit longer, but I'm not sure when it's actually going to end. The basic session files are there, they've got to be developed. So that's what I'm doing Friday night, just reconnecting, reinvigorating with music. and looking at what I want to finish. And I've also got, actually, you want to see something really cool? Egypt was floating in my mind. I could import, while you're here, let me do this, actually. I'm going to import, I'll do this live, this will be cool. Just save that. I'm going to import the files to, from downloads. I got the lead guitar parts for Mr. Big Man, and I've got to import them. I'll find them first. Where are they? Guitar solo. 1, 2. Go there first, and then we'll go 1. Oh shit! Just don't mind me while I just move this into a folder. Okay. So, hello Jane. You're looking really good. I love your new hair, and much love for the time. You look amazing with the kids. I wish I had your legs, your strength. So I'm going to open Mr. Big Man, and oh shit, keep still program. I've got to re-record the voice for this, but I haven't actually put the lead guitar into it yet because I had it sent to me, and I've got to do that. So what do I need to do? I need to go. This is what you do when you're creating new tracks. So there's the thing. You have to go up to create audio track, and I'll create 2 audio tracks, bring the levels down because you don't know how high it's been recorded at. Never want to have them up, like, you don't need to have things up at 0 anyway, or ever really take anything beyond 0. I never take things beyond 0. Always have them down, and you can bring it up, and then obviously it can be brought right up in mastering. But if you don't overload your system, you don't end up with distortion. So, audio track 1. Call it lead dry. And the other one we'll call lead reverb. I've got no idea if I can bring in a session. Where do I need to go? 24-bit. Okay, that's that one. Okay, so if I line it up at 0, it should be right. Looks like it's going to work fine. No, I don't want it on my vocal track. Oh, sweet. Nice and easy. So let's listen to the one with... I'm going to turn it down a little bit. But this is my protest song. Got to redo the voice. You can hear the mix. This is for the Adani Carmichael coal mine in Queensland. It's a bit punky. I've got to redo the voice. And the levels, it's not, yeah. I'll go forward to the solo. Hang on, that's interesting. Well, there's solo, but it shouldn't be playing it. Oh. What the hell? It's got its own mind. How about we do this? That was trippy. I don't know what was going on then. It was playing without me asking it to play. Very rock and roll. Okay, so that's what it sounds like with it. Big man over the water. So that's pretty funky. There you go. Seeing if it fits. It fits. What do you think? What do you think of the solo? That's by a guy called Glenn from a band called The Same Boat. They're highly political, sort of a bit of a Midnight Oily vibe. No, Jesse's not, and I don't know how long I've been on here. Hey Keith, how you going? Steve P. Hey. Yeah, I thought the solo was cool too. It's very rock and roll. I can't play like that. So I've got a few vocal takes to do on these tracks, and you know, fixing up the mixes and all that sort of stuff. Finding the time to do it's a big thing, and I've fallen off the wagon a bit with promoting my single. But that's life, you know. Anyway, I'll turn back around. Any questions about anything in my musical universe you've always wanted to know, feel free to ask me. I don't really want this to be a one-way dialogue. I'd like it to be a two-way dialogue. So we can talk life, the universe and everything, but I'd like you to talk to me about music. Whether you're a fellow musician or not, you know. If you're not a fellow musician, what sort of things do you like songs written about? What sort of things? Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me what you like. You hear Shrek? Little Shrek. Little Shrek is a dog. He lives in the backyard. He's Jesse's dog, but he lives with us. Little Shrek is cool. He has a jacket on, Jess, so he's not cold. Anyway, I'm gonna go because I've been waffling. Thank you for joining me, those who have joined me. Unless you want to, I guess, ask me any specific questions, leave your feedback below about any of these tracks, your impressions, your visual images, if you think I should add any extra instrumentation, anything like that. Love some feedback. They're all works in progress. If I can afford it, I'd love to put it all out this year, but if I do that, probably about $1,000's worth, 2 EPs, and that's for mastering anyway. 2 EPs and a single. Single's easy, doesn't cost too much, but EPs, that's the other part of the whole process. You got to go through the revisions. I put them into my mastering guy. He listens to them, he assesses it, he gives me the most amazing feedback, and then I'll do some more work, and then I send them to him. And he goes, yay or nay, and then we master it, and then, you know, you do all the other stuff involved, doing the art and planning what you're doing and how you're launching. And instrumental work's a bit different because you can't really, it's more concept work, you can't really present that like with a live launch as such. And, you know, the Giza Plateau stuff, that's just studio work, it's not live stuff. So anyway, I'm waffling. Have a wonderful weekend, have a good full moon. Much love, Facebook world, and we haven't even glitched once. How's that? New phone, high tech. My son set it all up for me. He's so clever. Thank you, boy. All right. And Jess, no, he's not. He is in his room, so you can call him. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone.